At the end of July this year, I went to London at the end of a European 2-month trip. I visited new friends, I followed them around for a couple of days, went to birthday parties, went to bars, got to go out with them and get to know them. And these kind of memories are my favorite travel memories. Dropping into a new place and getting to know another person's way of life, even if it's just for a few days. So please enjoy the last of my summer 2022 travel memories. So I'm in London. It's a friend of a friend's birthday. I'm feeling good. It's good to be in a new place. It's good to be social. It's good to meet friendly people doing all kinds of important, creative, interesting things. And it's another one of those moments where I'm just like, you get to slide into other people's lives and to totally insert yourself and have fun. And it's just a beautiful day. It's honestly such a beautiful day. Is this better light? I'm about to have another beer. We've had some wine, some cherries. These cherries are okay. I feel like they're getting warm and they're leaking, and I gotta find them more.
Can you read the speaker?
No. Ah, sure. You're being fucking tick now.
And an update. I am leaving my friend's house and I'm meeting up with another friend from college. A very special friend that I was tight with in college, and even more so, we lived near each other in Seattle, and so we got really close there. And she actually got married to a Brit, so she lives here now, and she's living in... can't even tell you. But yeah, it's nice to travel, it's nice to meet up with people. As for yesterday, I had fun at that little birthday hangout. We went to like 2 bars after. We went to this classic type pub, got some beers, and then we went to a jazz club, which was really cool, really small, just really a vibe, really crowded. And that was good. And then we tried to go to this place called Karaoke Hole. Couldn't get in. I was really upset. And then we went to one of the friends in the group's house and just hung out, drank. Actually, I was out until like, oh, car. Actually, I was out until about, I didn't go to bed till 7 a.m. So it's about 1 p.m. now, and I'm just keeping the train moving. Okay, so I'm reading this book called AFROPEAN. It's by Johnny Pitts. And it's really good. It's a collection of different pieces about this author who's Black and European going to different cities around Europe. On Paris, I've read the one on Marseille, I've read the one on Saint Paul de Vence. It's actually like pretty interesting. I like it because each of the essays are kind of really short entryways into like some of the histories of these places and the Black perspective. And this Berlin chapter is talking about him going to Berlin, exploring the city, and then stumbling upon this rally that at first to him feels like it's a skinhead rally, but it's actually an anti-fascist rally. And he talks about his level of unease with the lack of people of color in the crowd and the lack of Black people, and then he kind of goes into the history of different fascists or Nazi-motivated killings in Berlin, and how there's kind of a distinction between the killings of people that are like white European and people that are like Black, POC. And so I appreciate reading at least this chapter because it's highlighting some of that discomfort in some of those spaces. I'm excited to read more of this. It's pretty good. I recommend checking it out. Okay, so right now I am in Manchester visiting family, and I'll tell you more about why I'm here later. I haven't vlogged like the last week or so because I was in London and I honestly wanted to take a vlogging break, and I wanted to just hang out, be there, experience things. But I'm here visiting family, and right now I'm working on a craft lecture that I have to do in 2 months, and I just kind of want to make some progress because I have notes, but I kind of want to get more of the slides down and do more research. But I've never been to Manchester before. It's cute. I haven't been out much. I'm hanging out at my family's house. I'm having coffee. There's 2 cats here. But this is the very end of my trip, and it's wild that I've been gone for 2 months. I'm looking at my budget and I'm kind of like, ooh. But I'm living life, so I'm happy. I don't have a laptop because I broke it in Italy. Working on this craft lecture for a few hours, and I haven't made that much progress because I'm kind of getting back into the project. But one thing I really enjoy about this process is that it's giving me a lot of room to articulate things that I was doing and thinking about and analyzing when I was writing my book. How do you look at memory and all of its utilities in media and fiction and nonfiction? And so I'm like breaking down some films that I love, like Titanic, Call Me By Your Name, 500 Days of Summer, and looking at how memory is used as a narrative tool, as an emotional tool, as kind of a philosophical tool. And it's something that I think is really interesting because when I share my fiction with people, one thing that they say a lot is that I'm really good at kind of taking a current moment and bringing it back to a previous memory and kind of using that memory to contextualize what's happening in the present. And I feel like it's such a useful skill to have because when you're experiencing something in the present, you're either often thinking about the future or how it reminds you of the past. And to me, like how we remember things, how we frame them, how we tell people about our memories, how we tell ourselves about our memories, it's all a way of expressing ourselves. And so to me, it's just super fascinating and interesting and beautiful to kind of explain these bits and pieces of how I explore these things in my writing. But I want to see what my thesis is at the end. So that's just kind of a side note for now. But I think soon me and my aunt are gonna head out and maybe just explore town a little bit. I don't know if the trains are working. Train workers might be on strike. And the bus takes a long time.
This is the northern service to Liverpool Line Street.
And like they just ask you about your health journey and the healthcare system. Oh, wow. So who took the photos?
The next stop will be simply.
So where are we at again?
Media City.
Media City?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like news outlets here.
Yes. Yeah. BBC, ITV, and even BBC Children's Studios. Yeah.
Oh, with that lime. It reminds me of soju. I drink a lot of soju. Oh my god. Yeah, there are some, like, you go to the bar and bottle after bottle after bottle of soju. So I just will get so hungover and it tastes. Like, I can't drink it every day. Like, they're ruining it.
So we took the bus to Piccadilly, and now we're going to visit one of my cousins who just had a baby. And after, I think we're going to check out a few thrift stores.
Why not?
Right now we're at Thrift Shop Manchester. And you can buy stuff here by the color. Bedazzle. I like these. I like the bedazzling feature, and I feel like the shape of these make me think they're really gonna work. So let's got my pair of jeans. Time to go. But the date is July 23rd, and my trip is done tomorrow. I leave tomorrow to fly to Iceland, and then I fly from Iceland. No, I leave tomorrow to fly from Iceland to Copenhagen. I leave tomorrow to fly from Manchester to Copenhagen, Copenhagen to Iceland, Iceland to Baltimore. And then from there, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. It's the end of my trip, and it's wild. It's unbelievable. I'm definitely the kind of traveler where I plan things, I get excited, I want to challenge myself, and then when the moment arrives, like at the beginning of this month when I was starting my solo travels, I was like really nervous, and not in like an exceedingly way, but I was just really nervous and thinking like, am I gonna get lonely, or am I gonna make friends? And always at the end of a trip, I'm like, what the hell was I nervous about? Like, I was the most friendly version of myself. I met cool people, I connected with people. I feel and felt, where's one of my earrings? Really grateful to have had this trip. I'm really grateful to have spent this time with myself, because it's really just given me a confidence that I feel like living in Ohio has kind of somewhat stripped a little bit away at, because living in a place like Ohio can be great if you're straight. I might go to a pub later. I'm gonna try and put on like a really cute outfit. And then tomorrow I leave at, my flight is at 7 p.m. I'm basically traveling for a whole day. Like, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, Louis stands out.
Just saw a bunch of photos of my dad, and some of them were when he was 23, some of them were from the year that I was born, like reading journal entries of his from the month that I was born in. It's just a lot to never know someone, and to know that you're going to spend the entire rest of your life finding these artifacts of this person that you're never going to know. And I'm glad I got to see these things. It's just hard. It's hard. it's weird to think that I'm older now than he was in some of those photos, because when I was younger, he was always frozen in my mind as older. In 5 years, I'm gonna be his age, the age that he was when he passed away. And I don't feel this deep sense of mortality around it. I don't feel like I'm gonna die at that age. And I think it's a part of the reason why I've lived the life in the way that I have, where I know people don't have all the time in the world. I know people aren't perfect. I know people can hurt people, and they can mean a lot to other people. And that's life. And so I think seeing these things, I'm really grateful to have more things to remember by. Yeah. Yeah, that's what she was telling me, like he used to be real quiet and observant, and she said she's kind of the same way. And yeah.
Your memory gets in the way of my memory is what the Kashmiri American poet Aga Shahid Ali once wrote. This means I stumble upon some strange and unexpected truth about my father. That truth gives him weight. The weight coupled with the silence becomes unbearable.
That beer wasn't even cold. Okay, we left the last bar we were at, had a few brews, and now we're heading to the Vietnamese restaurant. The one we were just at, the pub.
It's cool. It's cool. And just to find out they do dart, you can play dart games there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the last day of my trip. Honestly, visiting family at the end has been wild, because honestly, in the last day I've just had like boom, 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 big existential crisis, because I feel like the inner child in me is always kind of cautious when I meet new family, and granted, things could always change, they could always stay the same. And so I'm just really grateful that this is kind of the marker of the end of my trip. And it just kind of represents all of these other experiences I've had, where I'm like, I've met a lot of really cool people. A lot of people have shown me love. And it's kind of like my friend Ashunda from the artist residency I did said, like when we were in Saint Paul de Vence. I mean, I'm really gonna think about it this way, but she said, yeah, ooh, that's kind of a cute top. Okay, never mind. She said, you don't meet any strangers. But if this is the end of this vlog, thank you for watching.
Everything is packed. It's time to go. 2 months of traveling, done. Time check. It is 11:55 a.m. As you can see. This flight was the cheapest I could find, and it was $300. And it involves this layover. And I want to be the kind of bitch that's like, I wonder if this lounge, I wish these lounges were like open 24/7.
Hey, I'm kind of tired.
Ugh. We're in Iceland. I've been here for about 2 hours. I have about 3 hours until my last flight. It's the last one. And it's about 7 hours. It's a 7-hour flight, which I can handle. I feel like I'm probably going to sleep on it again, hopefully. Which means that I'll probably have a late night, but we'll see. Long layovers are weird, because you kind of reach this point where your brain turns to mush. You don't really know what to watch anymore, what to intake anymore. I guess I can watch more YouTube, but I don't want to. But yeah.
Money. Gotta save money. One, I had a tragic time making it on the train yesterday, and I felt like I wanted to give up. But I told myself, I'm in God's hands. And I made it here 2 hours later. And now we're going to an Amish market, and I'm hoping to eat something like crispy with meat in it. Someone just barely made it. Oh God. Like they sprayed. Describe Philly in 5 words. 5 words.
Eclectic, strong, little unfiltered.